Okay, another limit problem using definition. We want to find the limit. We want to find the limit of absolute value of x over x as x approaches zero. As x approaches zero, we need to find this limit. Okay, first let this limit of absolute value of x over x as x approaches to zero equal to L. And let's see if L has we can find it or not exist. We cannot find it. Okay, for every epsilon, for whatever epsilon or for every epsilon is positive number, small positive number, there exists a delta which is also a positive number, and it's in terms of epsilon. It's a function of epsilon, right? Function of epsilon, such that uh, uh, absolute value of x is less than delta, and it is for sure positive, right? Absolute value of x is less than delta, and absolute value of f of x, which is magnitude, which is absolute value of x over x minus L, is less than epsilon, is less than epsilon. All right. First, let's take x is negative. If x is negative, this means it's greater than L, or sorry, it's greater than minus delta. We can take this as x is less than delta and minus delta, right? So x is greater than minus delta. So, but let's take it as negative value. This means what? This means the absolute value of uh, x over x minus L is less than delta. We can reduce this to simply minus epsilon less than absolute value of x, which is minus x, because we took already x x is negative, x is less than 0 over x, right? Minus L, which is less than epsilon. So minus epsilon is less than minus 1 minus L less than epsilon. This means let's find L. This means we add 1 to all sides. 1 minus epsilon is less than minus L, less than 1 plus epsilon. We multiply with minus, so minus 1 minus epsilon is less than L, which is less than minus 1 plus epsilon, right? We multiplied all sides with minus, and we converted the inequality. Leave this aside now, and let us assume now that x is positive and it is less than delta, right? This means the absolute value of x over x, the absolute value of x over x minus L, which is less than delta, we can reduce it to absolute value, right, of x, which is x over x minus L, because x is positive in this case, right, less than epsilon. This means minus epsilon less than 1 minus L, x over x is 1 less than epsilon, and we subtract 1 from all sides, minus epsilon minus 1 less than minus L less than epsilon minus 1, and we multiply with minus to get what? To get 1 minus epsilon. We multiply this with minus less than L, because we are converting the inequality, less than 1 plus epsilon. Okay, look at these two now. Look at these two. How can L be greater than 1 minus epsilon and less than minus 1 plus epsilon? It couldn't. So reject it, right? So the limit of absolute value of x over x as x approaches 0, does not exist. We don't have limit in this case, so the limit does not exist. Okay, and that's it.